Well, the question always pops up, what happened to our health? Why are we starting to see cover articles in Time magazine, the upcoming epidemic of arthritis, the upcoming epidemic of diabetes, the upcoming epidemic of obesity, the upcoming epidemic of Alzheimer's disease? Well, the reason is the nutrients to prevent these things from happening and are also used to reverse these diseases are no longer found in our food in optimal amounts. In some cases, they're just not there at all. So you do have to supplement to make up the difference. You have to consciously supplement. Well, where did all this go wrong? How can this go wrong? Okay, well, let's start out. Again, I want you to get a hold of the books, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the CD, the DVD, and the, CD, DVD, and the book, okay? And I want you to get Dead Doctors Don't Lie. I want you to get a hold of Epigenetics, the death of the genetic theory of disease transmission, and Rare Earths Been Cures, okay? So they're going to give you all the answers, but the short version of it goes like this. For thousands and thousands and thousands of years, unknown to the people, the universal fuel was wood. They put it in the gardens as their fertilizer, and it made the plants grow more lush and more production and so forth. But what they didn't know was wood ashes are not ashes. Well, wood was the universal fuel. They put the wood ash in the gardens as a fertilizer. What they didn't know was that wood ashes are not wood ashes. Wood ashes are 95 to 98% minerals that the tree had sucked up out of the ground. You burn the wood for fuel, and 95 to 98% of that powder that's left over are the minerals the tree sucked up out of the ground. And there's a little bit of unburned carbon, so the powder can be gray or black, but it's not ashes. It's primarily minerals, 95 to 98%. And when people would eat the beans and peas and lentils and corn and potatoes and onions and beets and carrots and tomatoes, when they would eat things like okra and so on, squash, pumpkins, they're getting the minerals that the plants had sucked up out of the ground when you fertilize that garden with wood ashes. Now, this went back thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. Even isolated islands out in the Pacific, Africa, Asia, Europe, North America, South America, everybody in the world, sometime along the line, discovered that wood was a good fuel. You could store it and use it when you wanted to. And then there was a byproduct, ashes, which would make your garden grow better. Well, this went on for thousands and thousands and thousands of years as the unknown source, the serendipitous source, if you will, the sort of accidental unknown source of nutritional minerals for the average person. We're talking about slaves and hourly people, people who were subsistence farmers. They didn't know it, okay? Rich people, kings, would get their nutritional minerals by paying grave robbers to bring them mummies, royal mummies. They would grind them up into what they call mummy dust. They sprinkle it on their food. And mummy dust as a condiment, right, like salt and pepper. Well, mummy dust had the minerals that were in the royal person's bones and cartilage and ligaments and tendons, connective tissue, skin, liver, and so on. And that's how rich people got their nutritional minerals. And they weren't going for the minerals. They were eating the mummy dust as a condiment because they wanted the longevity essence. They wanted to travel through eternity like the mummies even before they died. Okay, so nobody knew they were getting these nutritional minerals in these ways. Well, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday, September 4th, 1882, on Pearl Street in New York City, on the bluff overlooking the construction of Brooklyn Bridge, this all changed in one heartbeat. Thomas Edison pulled the switch in the first commercial electric generating plant. And in 10 years, every town, every municipality, every city in the industrialized world converted from wood as the universal fuel to electricity. When you fuel your home or business with electricity, there is no wood ashes. There are no wood ashes left over every morning. So that ended the source unknown to people. They didn't know it, but that's where they're getting nutritional minerals. It ended that source. And then, of course, floodplains, bottomland, river bottoms were the richest soil because every year it'd flood. And when the floodwaters recede, it would leave silt, which is minerals from mountains 100, maybe 1,000 miles upstream. Farmers would plow it back in, renew the soil every year. They just knew it made the soil better, and they didn't know why. They didn't know it had minerals in it. They just knew that silt made the soil better. Well, we dammed up the rivers for electricity, for hydroelectricity, and there's no more flooding, no more silt. That was an unintended consequence. And electricity, of course, ended our source of minerals from wood ashes. And here comes doctors. Oh, just eat well, you get everything you need. You don't need a supplement. And doctors, when they say things like that, they kill millions of people every year throughout the industrialized world, okay, who die of heart attacks and strokes and kidney failure and liver disease, intestinal diseases, and so forth. And so as a result, we have a huge problem. And so we need to have family meetings. We need to be obsessive about this. We need to read a couple of pages out of each of these books every week and go over them in these weekly meetings with our family. Dead Doctors Don't Lie, Epigenetics, the death of the genetic theory of disease transmission, rare earth cures. And also, we go back up to Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the CDs in 9 languages. We're talking not only English, but French, Spanish, Portuguese. It's in Punjabi for India and Pakistan. It's also in Mandarin and Cantonese for Chinese. It's also in Korean. It's also in Japanese. Okay, it's in 9 languages. And so you loan out, don't give it away, you loan out these CDs with your name and information on it. Remember that strangers, 8 billion people are your biggest source of leads. Your 5 family members and your 5 good friends, and you're within an hour's drive of you. People always say, oh, talk to your warm market to get the information to them. They'll just laugh at you and reject you. Say, well, what do you know about health and medicine? You're not a doctor. But strangers are always looking for information, and you have the same credibility as a doctor, because when they look at you, they don't know who you are. You say, I know somebody who might be able to help you. You have information, might be able to help me. Loan you a CD. I just need your information so I can get you in our system right away. I will give you an ID number so you can look around the computer and look up your problems, maybe help yourself. Don't forget, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, Epigenetics, the death of genetic theory of disease transmission, rare earth cures. And don't forget, Dead Doctors Don't Lie is not only a book, it's a CD, 9 languages, and also a DVD. Get the information out, and we'll help you make enough money so at least your products are free. How good is that? We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these minutes. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
Well, I've got a Fox News story here today that when I saw this, I thought immediately of a person that you and I both know who has had kidney stones a lot over the years. And the headline reads, an actual kidney stone solution. Ride a roller coaster. So you got a kidney stone? Consider a trip to Disney. New research from Michigan State University found that taking a spin on a medium-intensity coaster may aid in the passing of these kidney stones with minimal discomfort. And this was all published in the Journal of American Osteopathic Association, found that taking a rear seat in a roller coaster resulted in a kidney stone passing almost 64% of the time. Sitting in the front seat, that is, gave more modest a 17% passage rate. Say how the experiment itself came to pass. The researchers interested had their interest peaked and heard from several patients that had their stones had passed after riding Disney's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad in Florida. So this Live Science and Wired described the creative way scientists replicated the actual person with a kidney stone riding in a roller coaster. First, they made a 3D silicone kidney, complete with 3 kidney stones of varying sizes, 4.5, 13.5, and 64.6 cubic millimeters, encased within the model in urine. And the fake kidney went into a backpack that went for 20 rides on the Disney coaster, which reaches speeds of 35 miles an hour. Said many people in the United States probably live within a few hours' drive of an amusement park containing a roller coaster with features capable of dislodging the calicocrenal calculi. And they say one of the Disney's other roller coasters, Space Mountain, with a top speed of 28.7, didn't have the same effect. So I thought that was kind of interesting that, the thing is that there's really no reason to get a kidney stone if you supplement properly.
Well, you're exactly correct. And what's happening with the roller coaster thing is centrifugal force. And what happens is centrifugal force is gravity plus, and that's going to pull on that kidney stone because it's more dense in the tissues, and can relax the ureter, that little tube going from the kidney to the bladder, and allow that kidney stone to go down in the bladder. If it's in the bladder, it'll relax the urethra and let it come out of the urethra. And of course, that's kind of a treatment, non-pharmaceutical treatment, and probably more expensive to go and to Disneyland, pay the Disneyland thing. But as you point out, Doug, kidney stones are not genetic. They're certainly not something that needs to happen. They actually occur when you have raging osteoporosis, and the calcium and other minerals that are in the kidney stone do not come from your diet. They come from your bones because your parathyroid glands are pulling calcium out of bones to maintain your blood calcium. Sometimes they overshoot and double or triple your blood calcium. That freaks doctors out. They say, hey, absolutely no dairy, absolutely no calcium supplements, when in fact what you need is more calcium. You take the 90 for Life program, you throw in some extra of the liquid calcium, and you give your bones what they need, and you won't have problems with the kidney stone. Now, very, very simple stuff. Again, the books, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, Epigenetics, and Rare Earths and Cures go into the details of how all that works. And kidney stones, again, come from raging osteoporosis. And the minerals in the stone come from your bones, not from your diet. So really, you need to do just the opposite of what your doctor is saying. Just remember, only dead doctors don't lie. Remember that the CD, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, is in 9 languages. And it's very, very interesting that they're using centrifugal force, a non-surgical way, to get rid of kidney stones. And we'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to Ontario, Canada. And Claire, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello.
Well, Claire, you're on the air.
Yes. Dr.
How can we
Wallach,
help
back
you?
in March 16, I talked to you because I'd been diagnosed in the summer of 2015 with a large heart murmur, a weak aorta, and an inflexible valve. So I was put on some products, and then the doctor ordered an echocardiogram in July of this year. And I went this morning to him, and my aorta is worse and the valve is stiffer, and he would like me to have an operation. And I wanted to know, I put him off for 6 months, but I wanted to know whether I should have the operation, and then there's open heart surgery or the catheter, and then do you get the pig one, or do you get whatever else there is, a mechanical one?
Well, here's what I suggest. Number one, I would have all your data and all the things that all the tests they've done, and your examination and so forth, all your blood work sent to another cardiologist at the other end of Ontario, so that you can get another opinion before, I wouldn't just go by his opinion. He may be just a hungry cardiologist and will tell you anything, right? So I get another opinion from some guy that doesn't know this guy. I would go to the university because it doesn't matter if they diagnose you as positive or negative, they get the same pay. They're on a payroll as opposed to making a living by money from patients. So I'd go to the university medical school there in Toronto and make sure that you get a second opinion before you decide on the surgery or not. That's your decision. I can't help you there. I haven't seen any of the data, and so I couldn't make an assessment based on what you're telling me. But how much do you weigh, Claire?
Good.
How much do you weigh?
Your pulse is?
No, because
How much do you weigh?
I'm 90 pounds, 92 pounds this morning when they weighed me.
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'4". I've lost an inch and a half in the last year or years.
Okay.
I'm 85.
Yeah, 85 years old. Okay. Do you have any other issues like high blood pressure, diabetes?
No.
So your heart is the main
I have
complaint here.
osteoporosis.
Okay, you have osteoporosis.
And eye problems.
What kind of eye problems? Macular degeneration, glaucoma?
Yeah, dry macular glaucoma, and I'm getting cataracts.
Oh, you got the whole deal.
I know. And I thought I was
Okay.
perfect.
Well, you are perfect. Okay. Okay, Char, this is a Char thing. This lady's about your body weight. She's 5'4". She's lost an inch in height. And she says she has osteoporosis, so we know she also has degenerative disc disease. She has a history of an enlarged weak heart, and she's got a weak aorta. What would you do for this gal? Oh, hang on. We got to run to that. Wait a minute. We got to run to this message moment. So let's go to the message moment, and we'll be back. And then, Char, you can lay out what you think this lady might need. Okay, Doug, let's go right back to Ontario, Canada. And Claire, okay, Charmaine, what's the underlying problem of this nice 85-year-old lady who's got degenerative disc disease? She's got cardiovascular problems of various kinds. She's got musculoskeletal stuff. She shrunk an inch because of degenerative disc disease. What do you think is going on here?
I think she has a gluten intolerance.
Yeah, I believe you're right. She's got an absorption problem, so she's not doing very well when it comes to absorbing nutrients. Like she says, she's been supplementing a little bit here for some time. And so what would you do to change her diet?
Well, get on a gluten-free diet, of course. No burnt animal fat, no oils of any kind, no, olive oil, no salad oil, no canola oil.
Mayonnaise, margarines, yeah.
Yeah, no meat with nitrates or nitrates, which means deli meat. No, none of that. And then she needs to get on a healthy brain and heart pack, one. And she needs some glucogel to rebuild the bones and cartilage. And she needs the Daily Classic, the Niacin Plus, and the Cardio Sticks to open up
cardiovascular stuff.
Yeah, and that should take care of it. And she certainly doesn't need to lose weight.
No, she doesn't need to lose weight, that's for sure. You're exactly correct, Char. 90 pounds, which is about your weight. I'd have her take one healthy brain and heart pack per month. That is going to provide her body with all the nutrients necessary for proper physiology and supporting her genes, DNA, RNA, and telomeres for maintenance repair of all tissues. And, of course, that's one healthy brain and heart pack, a half a dose for anything at breakfast and dinner. And then the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, I'd have her take 6 a day, 2 at breakfast, 2 at lunch, 2 at dinner. And I'd also have her take one of the Ultimate Cardio Sticks a day. I'd go ahead and have her mix it up, take a half a dose at breakfast, put in balance in the refrigerator, take the second half at dinner time. So 1 stick a day, it's 1 box, it's 30 in a box. And also have her take 1 bottle a month of the Ultimate Niacin Plus. It has the non-flush, time-release niacin in there, so you don't have to worry about itchy, rashy stuff. And it also has a wonderful little plus piece in there, which is the nattokinase. What does nattokinase do, Charmaine?
It dissolves blood clots if she happens to have any.
Well, there you go. A little bit of insurance there. And then give us a call every couple of weeks. You can start the diet immediately here. It's, I think you're fortunate. There is a warehouse there in Toronto, maybe close to you. And you can go there and get what you need. So you'll be able to get it like today or tomorrow. It's not like you have to wait 2 weeks for it to come from California. Give us a call every 2 weeks. Let us know how you're doing. We'll walk you through this. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
We're just about at break time.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and take it. Remind everybody that if you're going to lose weight, you need to get hold of that book, Hell's Kitchen. Okay, The Cause for Energy Cure of Obesity. And then also you want to get a hold of the book, Energy Crisis. It talks about the keto diet, which we want you to use the keto shake and the keto food replacer bar along with our healthy weight loss pack. And you'll lose a half a pound to 2 pounds a day. And the magic is you'll never gain the weight back as long as you stay on our program. Back with Dead Doctors all after these messages.
Let's head to Pasadena, California, and Christine, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Christine, you're on the air.
Hi there.
Hi, how can I help you?
I have 2 things. First thing is last year I called, it's been a year, 12 months that I've been on the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack with de-stress. And I called in because I had dystonic tremors and essential myoclonus. And I'm calling to let you know that there's probably about 85% improvement. Almost there.
Very good. Okay, good job. Thank you so much for the testimony. It's a very common thing we see, and it takes about, depending on how serious these things are, the more serious they are, a little bit longer it takes, but 6 months to a year is about right for getting rid of them.
Yeah, the next thing is I have a daughter who is celiac, has fructose malabsorption, migraines, acne. She's allergic to almost every plant in Georgia where she's going to medical school. Allergic to onions, garlic, has eczema, just has really bad problems. What would you recommend for her?
Okay, Char, what's her basic problem?
Well, she's obviously really got a bad gluten intolerance, so she needs to completely get off all gluten.
Absolutely, yeah, of course, right Mama, Christine, you passed it on to your baby. How many children do you have?
I have 3.
Okay, well, all 3 have it. Maybe not to the same degree, but all 3 have it because mothers always pass it on to their kids. If you have brothers and sisters, you need to let them know because your mama passed it on to you and to them. And certainly if your sisters, your brothers may get it, but they're not going to pass it on. It's not a genetic thing. Your sisters will pass it on to their children through the cord blood and breast milk. And so all your nieces and nephews by your sisters, on your mother's side, will certainly have to be warned and told what to do. And Shar is exactly correct. All this celiac disease, eczema, this sort of stuff, and 900 diseases are nutritional deficiency diseases, including tremors and these sorts of things, are due to malabsorption. And so, in addition to getting rid of all the bad stuff, that means no fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, no oils, and no gluten, no wheat, bread, around oats. That's going to, by withdrawing those foods, it's going to eliminate a lot of the inflammation that's occurring in the intestines and support healthy absorption. You are not what you eat, you are what you absorb. And so her complaint is there's all this eczema and stuff, right?
More of the complaint is she just is in the bathroom too many hours out of the day.
Okay, now is that from diarrhea or constipation?
Diarrhea. She has really bad diarrhea. She can't eat hardly any, definitely fructose malabsorption. She can't have apples, pears, anything like that, onions, garlic.
Sure.
They'll make her very sick.
Okay. Well, she really doesn't need that stuff. She can actually get everything she gets from fruit and vegetables. And so steamed vegetables are a better thing for her. She can control that, steamed vegetables. And then she can melt butter and put the melted butter on top of the steamed vegetables. And then she can have eggs if she's truly allergic to, say, chicken eggs. There's duck eggs and turkey eggs and guinea eggs and so forth. But what does your daughter weigh, you think, Christine?
She weighs 110, is 5'7", but she's also lactose intolerant.
Okay. Very good. Thanks for the information. Okay, lactose intolerant. She can't have dairy products unless she's taking, an enzyme. And then she needs to take I would have her take the vegetables and eggs, vegetables and red meat, vegetables and fish, vegetables and poultry, and you just got to watch it, how they're cooked. You can't go into these fast food places and get grilled chicken breast, for instance, because they dust it with wheat flour, and the grill is dusted with wheat flour from other things. I can't have French fries. Okay, she can have baked sweet potatoes with some butter and cinnamon, but it's got to be 100% cinnamon, and that kind of stuff. And so she's got to really, as she knows, she's got to be very careful with her diet. And so we've got over 1,000 products. And she wants to get some of our multiples. We have pills, we have capsules, we have liquids, we have crystals, NutriCrystals that are, like coffee crystals that you can add water to and make them instant. So she's going to have to read labels and find out. She can go online, read labels, and make sure she's signed up under you before she goes online and looks, so she'll be excited to buy something. And then the computer will give her to somebody you don't know. So it's better you sign her up as a preferred customer. Costs nothing to do that, and she gets an ID number, and that way anything she purchases will be credited to her and yourself. And then, let's see here. What would you do for helping her get rid of the inflammation? What would you give in addition to the 90 essential nutrients, Shar, to help her reduce the inflammation?
I give her take the CM soft gels.
Yeah, the CM Plus capsules. Exactly right. You get an A+. Simply they come from evening primrose oil, and the odds of her being allergic to evening primrose oil, which is a Canadian flower, and it's just the seeds being squeezed for the omega-3s. But it has all this stuff in there, which, let's see here. Yeah. And so that's the direction I want to go. It also has acetylmerylstoliate in it. And I would go ahead with those capsules. She could take her body weight. She could take 3 twice a day or 2, 3 times a day. Tremendously anti-inflammatory, release pain and inflammation in the intestines. And what would you give her, since she got diarrhea, what would you give her to tighten up her stool so she's not in the bathroom all the time?
I would give her Pepto-Bismol, personally. Yeah.
And also, Pepto-Bismol would be a good one. Those little pink tablets. She can have a couple of those tablets at breakfast and dinner time. But we have one called Good Herbs, gastrointestinal health, right? And so digestive aids, and so that would be a good one. And so you can try that. I think it's a teaspoon a day in a glass of water for 100 pounds. And so give us a call every couple of weeks. Let us know how she's doing. We'll walk you guys through this. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Green Bay, Wisconsin. And Gail, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Gail, you're on the air.
Yes, hi. Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, ma'am.
I have Parkinson's disease, and I heard you on Coast to Coast a while back, and a man called in, and you had some suggestions, and I couldn't write fast enough.
Sure.
I have Parkinson's.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh 154.
Okay. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'6" to 5'6.5".
Okay. Do you have any other issues, diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis?
No, I don't.
Okay, so your only complaint is Parkinson's disease. And how long have you had that?
It was diagnosed last fall, but I think I'd had it for possibly a year prior to that.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 67.
67, okay. You sound youthful.
I am, and I'm an early childhood developmental teacher, and I can't keep up with my children anymore. That door is shut temporarily,
Sure.
so I want to get back to it. So.
Okay. And so, Charmaine, what would you do for our friend Gail here? What would you do dietary-wise and supplement-wise? Oh, we got to run to that message moment, so hang on. And Char and I will be back with some suggestions for you, Gail, after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity, 95 Crusade. And Doug, let's go right back to Wisconsin and Gail. And Gail, I'm just going to ask you to start writing. And Char, I'm going to ask you to hold here for a minute. We've only got minutes left, but we got several people we need to get to. And so Parkinson's disease is a cousin to Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS, to MS, Huntington's disease. And it all has to do with connective tissue loss and also the myelin, white matter of the brain, and also a lack of communication between the cells in the brain. And so, Gail, you got to give up all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, nitrates, nitrites in them, absolutely no oils of any kind, no olive oil, no coconut oil, no margarines, mayonnaise, celery, cooking oils, absolutely no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats. That means dog food, cat food, bird food, fish food, spouse, mother-in-law, renter, everybody in the household has got to be gluten-free. And then at 154 pounds, since you have a progressive Parkinson's disease, I would go ahead and take 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month. That's a full dose for everything. Twice a day, a full dose for everything at breakfast and dinner time. I would also take the Synaptive, 2 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. That's the raw materials for your neurons, your brain cells, to make the neurotransmitters. I would also take in 154 pounds, 68 eggs a day, soft scrambled with butter. I mean, soft scrambled with butter. You have to eat them with a spoon. Absolutely no hard-boiled eggs. You can have soft-boiled eggs with a soft yolk, soft poached with a soft yolk. And then I would throw in the immortalium, and that's going to help the stem cells in the brain do their job, which is to make more whatever cells are there, whether the stem cells in your liver to make liver cells, stem cells in the brain make brain cells, and so on. And call us every 2 weeks, and we will walk you through this. We'll have a little bit more time, but this will be a good start for you. Okay, Doug, let's see if we can squeeze in at least one more.
All right, let's head to Salinas, California, and Rigo, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Rigo, you're on the air.
Oh, hi. Hi, Doctor.
Hi. We got to go fast, Rigo. How can we help you?
Yeah, I have 2 questions if I can. The first one...
Well, you'll be lucky to get one. Better go quick.
Okay. All right. I have some chicken hens. I just want to ask you what type or how many minerals or vitamins to get the healthiest eggs to these hens.
Okay, here's what you do. Char, you know the answer to this. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, what would you put in like, a little feeder? What would you put in a feeder for these chickens to have healthier eggs?
I would put Arthrodex, or you could even put the Bloomin' Minerals in there directly.
I would put both in. You're exactly right. You get an AA++. Arthrodex, which comes in canisters, it's a multiple for all animals, including chickens and dogs and cats and ducks and turkeys and so on, and goats. But also the Bloomin' Minerals, which is the original granules, looks like coffee grounds, is the stuff we extract our minerals for human consumption. It has 78 minerals in it. and go ahead and put those, both of the Arthrodex and the Bloomin' Minerals in typical chicken feeders, and these chickens will eat that stuff. These layers, these laying hens will eat that granular material, both the Bloomin' Minerals and the Arthrodex out of the feeder. And of course, we have a big guy up in, don't say the name, Char, but we do have a guy who works for the school system up there in Detroit, and he's been working with growing broilers, but also hens that lay eggs, laying hens. And we have such an increase not only in the food value, but we have an increase in double yolks, an increase in the size of the eggs, an increase in the number of eggs when you give those Bloomin' Minerals to chickens. You can also, if they don't want to do the granules, the Bloomin' Minerals, you can just put the liquid. I'd go ahead and put a couple of ounces in every quart of drinking water for those laying hens, and they also can get the minerals that way. Or you can put an ounce per gallon and the Bloomin' Minerals granules in the same place, and so they'll get it in their water and in their actual feed or voluntary. They can get it as they want it. Okay. How much time we have here, Doug?
You got about 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Okay. Well, I'll remind everybody, get a hold of that new set, that bundle, we call it, The Truth About Nutrition, and it has a book, a CD, and a DVD. And some of my latest stuff is like in the last year, all my newest information. The bundle is called The Truth About Nutrition, the book, the CD, and the DVD, The Truth About Nutrition. Jimmy Osmond, from the Osmond family, is the director and producer of that thing. Okay, thank you so much. Our super job today, super job. And thank you so much, Doug and Sam, superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.